Okay, so today we're going to cover Claude AI. Claude AI is another AI tool that you can use. The difference between Claude AI and ChatGPT is Claude AI is more used for like writing purposes. You want to write a good paper, you want to write a good book, you need some ideas, you would go through Claude. You can sign up for free pretty much. You get limited amount of access because after a while it won't give you everything. So you get a certain amount of images that you can create, just like with ChatGPT. So when you're working with Claude, it looks almost the same as ChatGPT. When you open the window, there's the windows of on this side over here. It stores your information that you plug into it. Basically, every chat you put in, it stores it for a while. Now, I haven't dug completely into this, but I have used Claude when I want to write something in particular. So with that said, we'll go over to my Google Docs and we will find write a book chapter. Now this is a prompt that was pre-made, and the good thing is the top portion is fillable, so you can put in whatever it is you want into that space. So books for a, let's see, five, let's see, for teenagers. Go. Titled Using AI for School by Lucy Brown. Then we're going to push that through. If you want this, after we put everything through and you want to see how this looks, I can give you all the prompts. I can put it in the description. So here you go. What Claude reminds me of is like Grammarly, right? It will help you write your paper. So this is what I want people to understand. You can use this to create your little book. However, I will stress this. You have to read through your chapters. It just gives you a beginning. It doesn't write the entire book for you. There are software that will write the entire book for you. However, you need to go through the entire thing and finish the chapter, because basically you're saying I wrote this book with the assistance of the AI. So that's basically it, right? So it gave me an outline. Name of the book, Using AI for School, like I wanted it to. Targeted audience is teenagers 13 through 18. Chapter 1, Welcome to Your AI-Powered Future. An engaging introduction that meets teens where they are, acknowledging they're likely already encountered AI through apps, games, and social media. And it goes on. Chapter 2, what AI actually is and isn't. It gives you a summary. So remember what it's showing you, a summary. You now have to write, based on the summary, what you want to tell that teenager or teenagers for chapter 1. That would require a little more research into it, or asking more of the AI tool to help you write chapter 1, right? Because you can tell it based on the summary. I would like you to write chapter 1, and we'll do that in a minute, right? Chapter 3, the rules of the game, ethics and academic integrity, right? Chapter 4, AI is your study buddy. Chapter 5, research and information gathering. Chapter 6, writing with AI. Chapter 7 is math, science, and problem solving. Chapter 8, creative projects and presentations. And Chapter 9, organizing and time management. Chapter 10, language learning and communication skills. 11, when AI gets it wrong, critical thinking skills. 12, talking to teachers with AI. 13, building your personal AI toolkit. 14, future proofing your skills. 15, your AI enhanced journey ahead. And then it gives you an appendix in relation to certain things you want to cover, right? And this is just like the draft, okay? So if you go back up to chapter 1, right, you can ask Claude, based on the summary for chapter 1, oh my goodness, can't spell it. Chapter 1, help me write this chapter. Let's see what happens. And there it is, right? It's going to write you an entire chapter. What you do from here is now read through it and make your changes, right? So it's like writing a paper. I would take this, put it on a Word document, each single chapter, and then dump it into Grammarly to make sure the verbiage sounds correct and all of that. Now, you can also tell the AI to write it where it will not be detected by another AI or AI software and to make it sound more human. You can also do that. But let's be clear. A lot of what we do comes from research. I have been through there, in situations where I've done all the research. I have written down what I need to write down, wrote my paper, and have the professor tell me that he feels like I didn't write it or I may have plagiarized it. Yet when they run it through the system to check for AI or plagiarism, they find out, oh, wow, she actually wrote this on her own, right? I did get help from an AI system, but that AI system was helping me write my paper to make sure it was grammatically correct, okay? This is one of the things that make people get themselves in trouble. The AI can write the entire chapter for you. However, you need to now read through it and make the appropriate changes, updates, or corrections that will sound more like you're writing it, okay? And that's not hard to do, because you can also use this information basically as a starting point. You read through it, and then you rewrite it the way you want it to sound. It's not that hard. Unfortunately, a lot of people just go with whatever AI says. You should be taking every section that the AI wrote about and double checking it. Because the one thing I'll tell you is this system will tell you at the end, right? Sometimes AI can make mistakes. All right. Sometimes the information they're pulling might be old. So you, as the human, need to double check and make sure that what you're pushing out is actually accurate. Right. So I can take this same sentence that I used, and this is how we do the other reference points. You take the same process I'm doing right now and you dump it into ChatGPT, or you can put it in the Copilot or Gemini. There are other AI tools you can do this exact same thing for. And if it gives you roughly the same answer, then you're good. But you still need to make sure that you're adding your personal experience, your knowledge into the document, so it's not flagged as you either plagiarizing or you're just having the AI write it, right? Because there are ways to do that. I think we get hemmed up on a lot of things that's really not necessary. And we blow things out of proportion that should not really be blown out of proportion. Claude AI is very, very good when you want to write books and papers and reports. You want to do some emails and you're not sure how to word the email. You just simply have to give it the topic and what type of response you're trying to give. And what happens is the AI will then take what you input into it and give you options. ChatGPT does the exact same thing. It will give you at least 3 to 5 options of how the email should sound. And then you go through it, you pick the one that makes most sense to you. Most times, and I'm not going to lie, 9 times out of 10, you have to probably rewrite it just a little bit or reword it a little bit. And then you can use that email. This is what we talk about in making sure or making you understand how your job can be more efficient with the assistance of your AI tool to help you properly word stuff. Because I'll be honest, I worked in the military and you had government email that when I first started working, emails were so professional. And you were taught to make sure your emails were professional because you don't know who you're talking to. You may be talking to a private one day and then you're talking to a colonel the other day, a sergeant major the next day. So you had to always have a professional tone when responding to emails. And then I slowly watched how that got eroded, and a lot of it came from very young soldiers and some senior NCOs and officers who just completely lost their ability to properly respond to someone in a professional manner in an email. And you have to remind them, like, this is unprofessional, and I would appreciate it if you think about what you just said and re-engage, and then we can have a conversation, right? Because people just seem to have lost all of their etiquette when it comes to responding, writing, explaining, stuff like that. So AI is a tool. It will help you to get back on track with actually showing people that you can be proficient, efficient, and respectful with a knowledge base that's meant to make sure people understand, what you're doing. Okay? It's not meant for you to be a smarty pants eater, but if you have the ability to respond back to people in a professional manner when you're writing back your emails or when you're writing a report, it goes a long way. Because now they look at you differently. You're not writing like slop. You're actually paying attention to what it is you're saying, what you're putting on paper, or what you're putting in an email. It's the same as having to learn to properly have communications with people on the phone. So there you go. This was less than 15 minutes because I only have 14 minutes record time or 14 and a half minutes for record time. But this is Claude AI. Claude AI, you can use Claude AI to do a lot of things. I don't use a payment plan on this. And I think this is one of the free ones that will give you what you need. I will put in the description if they did any changes to it. Now you have to pay for it. But since I've been using it, I haven't paid for it. Okay. So if you're new to AI, I suggest you look for the free apps, learn how they work, play with them every day. Figure them out, do whatever it is you got to do, and then move on to paying for something, because I don't want you to pay for something that you don't like or you can't really use. All right. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll move on to the next